What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to basketball, and more importantly, welcome back to another prospect breakdown video. Today, we've got the national champion himself, Walter Clayton Jr. A big congratulations to Florida winning the national championship earlier this week. We just conducted Duke Week on this channel where we were going through all the different Duke prospects that we think are going to be going in the first round, and I figured what better way to kind of cap off doing all of those guys than the guy that is now projected to be a first-round pick, just won a national title, was absolutely dominant throughout the tournament, and people kind of want to know a little bit more about this guy. So today we're going to be covering Walter Clayton, going through some of his film, talking about where do we think he kind of fits at the NBA level. Can he project himself onto the NBA stage and be any semblance of the player he was in college? Well, that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. But before we do that, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. I've responded to every single comment to my YouTube channel up to this point, and I intend to keep on doing so. Especially with these videos, please give them a watch, like them, subscribe while you're there, right? These videos almost always get demonetized like instantly. All of these ones here pretty much demonetized. Not the Danny Wolf one for some reason. Apparently, college basketball doesn't care about Danny Wolf as much, but almost all the rest of these have been demonetized, so I don't really get any benefit out of them, but they're my favorite videos to do on the channel. We're doing a bunch of them this week. Next week, we'll be back to more so just doing like 2 a week up until the draft, so we'll get a bunch of people down, but please show these videos some support so that I can keep doing them. They're educational, they're a lot of fun, and you guys seem to be liking them, so we'll keep doing them. But anyway, let's talk about Walter Clayton. Alrighty, so Walter Clayton Jr., 6'3" guard. I'm going to be curious to hear the actual height. I could see 6'2", I could see 6'3", just from watching. It's so weird that we can never get like exact measurements for people, but 6'2", 6'3" is probably where I would assume he is. 195 pounds, a senior. We've got a true senior up to evaluate today, which is interesting. We've mostly been evaluating younger players, freshmen. We've had a couple people here and there. If we can go back to our big board, by the way, we'll put Walter Clayton on this big board at the very end. These are all the prospects we've broken down, if I could speak. These are the prospects we've broken down so far. How many of these aren't freshmen? Because this is an elite draft class. We've got 1 junior, 2 juniors. Derek Queen's technically older than a typical freshman, but otherwise it's just freshmen, man. It's a loaded draft class. A lot of really young talent coming in, but this is the first like senior level guys. So how do we evaluate that differently, right? Especially when I look at a guard, I expect a little bit more out of a senior level player versus a freshman. Typically, I evaluate freshmen differently than sophomores, juniors, and seniors. I tend to group those three a little bit more together, and there's reasons for that. But what do I expect out of a senior guard versus maybe like a Yakachonis, a Dylan Harper, other guards we could look at, Jeremiah Fears, Jace Richardson, right? I expect there to be a lot more development in like the complexity at which they're scoring. What do I mean by that? When I watch Jeremiah Fears go to work, he's got like 1 to 2 moves most he can really go to. I look at Cooper Flagg. He really only had like 1 or 2 moves that he could go to. Dylan Harper, kind of the exception to the rule. He's got a lot already. That's why he's such an elite talent. Jace Richardson, like, there's not a ton of creativity in the way that he scores right now, and that's common. That's normal. Like, when guys come from high school to college, they usually have like 1 go-to move, and that's all they've really needed. By the end of like their freshman year, they might have 1 to 2. That's about all they can really come in with, and they kind of have to develop the bag a little bit, if you would. For a guy like Walter Clayton, I'm expecting to see a little bit more complexity to what he's doing. He's more so reading the game. It seems a little bit slower to him, right? He's been around it for a while, so he should be adjusted to it. We should see a multitude of different ways that he's scoring and reading offenses. Otherwise, I'm like, okay, well, what have we been doing the past 4 years, right? That's going to give me some concerns as to, like, how much are we really developing your game? And there's other reasons for why it could or couldn't happen, but those are some of the things that I'm looking for with this. What do we know about Clayton so far is dude's a pretty lethal scorer, right? He's scoring without the basketball. You guys probably watched the national championship game. He's cutting without the basketball. He can hit from anywhere, right? The three-point shot is very alive with him. He's got a little bit of size to him, which is cool. He's active on defense. Like, those are all the things that we're kind of expecting to see out of him, but what is his role going to be at an NBA level, right? Because is he able to kind of play that Peyton Pritchard role? I know is one that we've kind of seen compared to a lot because Peyton Pritchard was in college a little bit longer as well, right? Is kind of that dude where it's like, okay, he can really go get a bucket whenever he wants. So maybe that's going to be the type of guy that we're striving for. If we could take a look at the stats itself for him, we've got 4 years of stats. And again, shout out the national championship trophy here. Very, very cool. Started out the career at Iona, 7 points per game as a true freshman. Pretty solid. Like, those are pretty solid numbers in and of itself. And you can take a look at some of these things. Was pretty all around, like, a pretty competent player. Assist to turnover ratio wasn't bad by any means for a true freshman. We like it. A respectable 3-point shooter early on. Was getting to the free throw line a little bit. Made a huge jump then his second year, jumping up to 16, almost 17 points a game, which is a ton in college basketball. Was a 95% free throw shooter that year, which is pretty insane. That's almost impossible to replicate. It just is. There's human limitations to things. You saw the assists go up. The turnovers didn't go up very much, which is awesome. And he shot the ball 43% from three. He's playing mid-major. Cool. He dominated those people. He's all right, let me go to high major. He travels back to Florida, transfers there. We actually still scored more points, which is really impressive. A lot of times with transfers, things don't go well. We're starting to see the statistics of that of all these people transferring a bunch. Some of the highest guys in the NIL that transfer portal that moved, they end up performing worse because they had success where they're at, and it's not always guaranteed to translate to the next place. He found more success, which is awesome. Scoring more points on a better team against better competition. He's getting better. He's getting smarter. Cool. Some of the assist numbers dropped, and, that's whatever. Still shot it really well from the free throw line. Still a very nice 3-point shooter, and he was shooting 7 a game. That's a large amount. Move forward to this year, 18 points per game, which is absolutely incredible at the college level, right? We had some freshmen doing that, but still. There's other good players on this team as well. There's 2 guys on Florida that are expected to be like second-round picks this year, so he's not out there alone, right? There's other guys out there trying to get buckets on this team. 4.2 assists per game now he's up to, 2.4 turnovers. That's a pretty good ratio. We'll take that. 3.7 rebounds as a point guard. We'd love to see that. Almost a steal and a half, and we're up to 38, almost 39% from three again at the high major, taking almost 8 3-pointers a game in college. That's nuts. That's a lot of threes in the NBA. Like, 8 in college is a ton. That is an absolute ton. So dude is shooting the ball. He's shooting it really, really well. He's never really had a down point in his career shooting-wise, so we know the dude can get buckets, right? We know he's pretty involved defensively. Like, we're seeing the steals, and that's really cool. He's got active hands. That's all stuff we like to see. So we're going to go through some film of him here. I've actually only got 4 videos pulled up here. I could probably pull up more, but believe it or not, it's actually kind of hard to find individual videos that I can even show on YouTube of him, of just like single season games. So I've got like 3 single season games of him playing pretty well. And mind you, he's a senior, right? So his game isn't changing as much as when we're watching some of the other guys as freshmen. Like, there's a big growth jump that happens from like the beginning of your freshman year to the end of your freshman year, right? Not as much when you're a senior, junior, things like that. You're kind of playing your game at that point. So we're going to watch 3 games of his, 2 in March Madness. Of course, we're not probably going to watch the actual one because I'm 99% sure the national championship game will get claimed instantly, and I want to try to not get these videos claimed. But then we'll go to the full season when we'll break down some of his defense. We'll take a general look at some of his scoring and passing, right, and kind of go from there. So that's the plan. Let's break into the film. Alrighty, y'all, a reminder as always, I'm going to be pausing this a lot. I'm going to be rewinding it a lot just so I can kind of break things down and actually make it transformative and educational content, YouTube. Stop taking my videos down. This is fair use, but they're going to take them down anyway. What am I going to do about it? I can't fight the big companies, so please support these videos because I can't win. I just can't win the battle. But I'm excited to break down Clayton here. I think it should be interesting, kind of trying to draw some of these parallels from the college game to the NBA game, because like, if I had to compare Florida to a couple other teams that we've looked at, like we just did a bunch of Duke stuff, right? Like they run a lot of like NBA actions. I wouldn't say Florida is on that level. I'd say they're somewhere in between of the general team. Like take Rutgers, right? Rutgers runs nothing interesting whatsoever when we broke their stuff down. Like it's very college basketball. Florida's got a couple actions like here and there. So I don't even know if I'd put them like directly in between, but like they run a couple things here and there. It takes them a long time to adjust to things too, which is kind of annoying for me to watch at times. But I'm curious to kind of draw the parallels to be like, okay, how much of this stuff can we see at the NBA level? Is this shot that he's about to take like an NBA shot? that's what we're going to break down. So I find it interesting, but anyway, let's break down Walter. I think we're jumping right into a shot here, a fadeaway. Cool. I'm not going to break down that first shot instantly. This is a game he had against Kentucky in the middle of the season, if you're curious. So we've got a little pick and roll here. We've got some solid spacing here. Already a little bit concerned about big fella posting up right here. We see a pick and roll happening here. Can we wait in the dunker spot or something, please? Like, what are you trying to do here? Do you want to be in the way? Is that what you want to do? I told you guys we're going to pause and talk about things a lot, and not just Walter Clayton things, everything. I want this to be educational. So we get the nice little pass over here to Condon. He's projected to be a second-round pick this year. All right, goes up to finish. Cool. All right, we were working without the basketball for a little bit here. Let's see where we're going. Reject the screen instantly, because was he shading him a little bit? Because I like that instantly. So just kind of lazy defense. He's not really bending his legs or anything, and so he starts to feel the, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why he's shading him left. There's no help coming here, so I'm not exactly sure what he was trying to do here, but we're gonna see Walter go right into it. And all right, time to break down the first jumper that we're looking at, right? For those of you that aren't familiar with my channel, usually about 50% of you on every single video are. My background in like player development and coaching and yada yada yada, scouting. Whenever I was working with players, a lot of what I did was on shooting and the technical side of that and breaking it down, so I always like to take a little bit more time to break that down. Looking at his feet right here, the feet look pretty good. We always say you want your feet at a 45-degree angle opposite of the shooting arm, and it looks like we have that here. He's a righty. It looks like we have a 45-degree angle going to the left right here. He's sitting well. He looks balanced. The ball comes up. He gets a lot of elevation. He jumps together. A little bit of a twist there. That might be because he felt somebody coming onto his side over there, but he holds his how, which I always like. Holding your how just means like you're kind of like holding the form a little bit. That's usually like a bit of an exaggeration to be like, hey, making sure we kind of get the ball there, right? He's got an incredible arc on it, which is cool for like a smaller guard that we kind of presume him to be. He's kind of in that Steph Curry size range, right? So we're okay with a little bit more arc because he gets a lot of elevation on it. The upper half looks really good, and yeah, money. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Cool. Nice pass. We like that. Just a little bit of something here. I like that he kind of plays like off like a 2-foot bounce pace. What do I mean by that? Watch how he kind of like brings the ball up. We'll watch him hit this three one more time. Watch this, watch this. See how he's kind of bouncing a little bit in like his movements? Like he kind of came and he's like, all right, I'm going to bounce to the left now a little bit. He's kind of bouncing again. Like he's making reads, right? It's not just like, okay, straightforward or stop or this. It's kind of like, okay, where am I going? I'm going to read, I'm going to go here. I'm going to read, I'm going to go here, right? That's what I expect to see out of a more mature guard. So that's cool. That right there is telling me like, okay, yeah, I'm in complete control of what's happening on this court right now. And this is against Kentucky. Like, this is a good basketball team he's playing against right here. So he's reading. He's like, okay, both of these guys went to me. Let me make this little pass right here. It wasn't exactly the most accurate pass in the world, but we got there. This guy right here is projected to be a second-round pick as well. I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now, so remind me in the comments. But big white fella, boom. Good stuff. All right, see, we're playing at kind of this bouncy pace right now as well. Coming around, playing at this 2-foot bouncy pace. That's an incredibly difficult shot and probably not one that we needed to take. This was one where, like, it would have been cool if Condon could have gotten in a little bit better position. Like, this is pretty solid defense by Kentucky right now, but we got into a spot way out here where this really isn't a shot I want to take, but he's able to kind of just toss it over and get to the free throw line, so kind of a whatever play right there. But I like that he's playing off 2 feet. He's being strong, using his size. I like it. All right, here we go. We got a nice roll going right here. He puts the defender in jail a little bit, makes the right pass. Good stuff. Very simple, very easy. Here we go. Oh, okay. I already love that. Already love the reject the screen right there. Little things like that you don't really see out of the freshman guards too much. So again, he sees a guy committing early. He's playing the chess game now, right? He's reacting to what the defense is doing and throwing something back at them. That's not something we've seen out of a lot of the guards we've broken down so far. They're younger. We don't expect that. This is what I expect to see out of a senior level guard. We're here. Ooh, right into the jumper. Okay, and we have a little bit of a different shot form now. So we're crossing. We get into it, and we're in a really balanced spot. Like, he's really balanced because he's playing off 2 feet constantly, right? He's strong in the lower half, which makes more sense. He's a little bit more developed. He's a little bit older. I expect that, but he's landing really balanced. The form looks really good right here. What's interesting is his feet don't come together here. We want the feet to come together because the only way that we can go then is straight up and down. If we jump out, you lose a little bit of power, and it also adds more variability in the shot. So it's something that you see for sure, even at the NBA level at times, but it's not optimal, right? So not my favorite shot there. All right, where are we going? We're running up the court. He's jumping right into it. He's incredibly balanced off the move. That's what we like to see. The shot form looked really good there. Watch this. Watch how balanced he is. So perfect. Like he could sit in a chair right there, just stopping on a dime. He goes up. He's still like squatting like a little bit when he jumps, which I think is kind of interesting. We could probably have him straighten his legs just a little bit so that he could get even a little higher on his in his jump. But overall, the form looks really good. The feet jump together there. He lands balanced. Ball's in the hoop. Cool. Give me this. Nice little pump. Again, playing off 2 feet. Like, he's not just, like, rolling all over the place. He's kind of playing with pace. He reads to the defender. He gets to 2 feet. Makes the right pass. Cool. That guy can shoot it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, we're coming off screens here. This is what we like to see. When I talk about, like, the value of Steph Curry and his shooting is that you can use his gravity to pull people in different spots around the court, right? We always see Curry running off of screens and stuff like that. Not to critique Trae Young too much, but I've been waiting for how many years for Trae Young to be like, okay, I need to do some of that too. I don't need to have the ball the entire game, right? I can go run off some screens or go get some action here and like draw some defense to make it easier for my teammates to score, and I can get even easier shots, but we don't really see Trae do anything without the ball very often. So if we're going to have a really high-level shooter here, and Clayton, presumably, it's cool that we can see him going off some actions like this right now. So he's coming off the general floppy right here. The mechanics are looking good. This is almost certainly going to be a drive. No, he's pulling that. Okay. He got fouled. So because this guy was kind of catching up to him in behind, I'm surprised this wasn't like a rip through, but he was clearly feeling himself at this point. He goes up, he gets fouled, and hey, fair enough. Jumper looked good though. Jumper looked really good. Here we go. We're coming off the screen. How did we come off that screen? I'd like to see that one more time, please. So he comes off. He goes a little bit wide, but there wasn't much room to go, so that's okay. We're here. We're playing off 2. That's just kind of a nothing shot. Nah, just kind of had to create something there. How much time was left on the clock? 18. So I don't love that shot. I don't love that shot attempt, but he's able to get to the free throw line. So fair dues, I suppose. Where are we at here? Is this shot really going up? Nope. Okay, just tough. Okay, he had to force that shot, so fair enough. We're going, step back. Hey, big-time players make big-time plays, right? Nothing much to evaluate there. Here we go, all the way. Draws the foul. Fair enough, fair enough. It would be nice if we could set an actual screen there, please. Can I see this one more time? So, again, not actually screening the basketball. That's not the greatest. Some people will tell you, like, oh, he needs to bring the guy into the screener a little bit, but this guy's a lot bigger than Walter Clayton, so there's not really a point in doing that. It'd be nice if Condon here could actually go set the screen, rolls the incorrect way. We're going to mention it in every video when people don't. He gets called for a foul. Cool. There we go. I liked how he navigated that screen. He kept it a lot tighter. All right, we're playing off 2. He takes a tough jumper, a really tough jumper. Everybody's crowding the paint right here because for whatever reason, we've got somebody posting up right here when there's a pick and roll happening. There's no reason. Only in college basketball do you see this nonsense. Like, just get out of the way. This guy can shoot. Get out of the way. Space. Like, go over there. Go over here. He's filling in properly over here. You need to be over there. Just, I don't get it. And what was he doing here? He's like, don't worry, Walter. I'll make sure you can't get to the rim. He's like, oh, thank you very much. I really wanted to take this hard step back midi right here. But guess what? I'm money. He kind of raises his right foot a little bit to create space when he does this shot, doesn't he? It's a little bit of a horse shot. Look, you see, he kind of like flicked his knee a little bit, that right knee. Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Tough ass shot. All right, we're rolling here. This guy. This guy, he didn't read the scouting report right here. That shot's going up. Yeah, that's money. That looks good. That's a nice looking jumper. All right. Oh, what's going on here? What is going on here? All right, we're going. That's just bad defense. How the hell did that happen? Zeros here just ain't even watching the basketball. He's guarding this dude out here because he's like, yeah, you're not getting this basketball, boy. And Clayton's like, okay, I'm going then. Only in college basketball, man. Only in college. All right, here we go. I already like this little rhythm that he's going with. He's kind of like, let me go now. And now he's going to blow by. That's a really tough finish. Like, he's clearly very comfortable with the left hand. He's able to get up. See how he's, like, straight up and down, too? I love that. He's going up with the left hand to go finish. Keeps himself really vertical, finds the angle, draws the foul. We love that. We know he's a good free throw shooter, so again, kind of playing off that little like hesitation, like kind of that 2-foot pace right here. So we're here, we're like, oh, where am I going to go? I'm making a read right now. What's going to happen? I don't see anybody make this pass right here. Cool. I love it. Very quick, very decisive. We're here. Oh, we're trying to come back in this game. Let me go. Let me go to work. Tough. Just tough. And that's it for Kentucky in that one. They get the win. All right. Let's do some March Madness stuff. Now, we've got Florida versus UConn. Florida being one of the #1 seeds. Let me turn down the volume just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's see some March Madness here. All right. Instantly, we've got horns action, and this is the play that they ran so many times that everyone's furious about because they just keep cutting this backdoor. They definitely could have hit him on this backdoor right here. Like, they just keep doing this play where both of these guys raise right here. It's a typical horns play. This would never work in the NBA because these guys wouldn't just leave the paint wide open, but he does get, like, wide open here, and he definitely could have, like, pass faked that and then hit Clayton on this curl, but whatever. They're going to keep moving. I love that. I love that. Here we go. Where are we going? Give him the basketball. Instantly, really tough shot. Really tough shot. He's like, let me go get this basketball. Save you, my boy. He gets so balanced on his three-pointers. He gets so balanced. One of the other things to think about with him is, like, what level athlete are we working with, right? Because this guy, he seems like more of the Curry type, right? Where it's like, okay, he can move without the basketball. He's not a crazy athlete. He's not dunking on anybody. He doesn't have, like, elite speed, right? But if he could play very balanced and very under control and he can be a little bit twitchy, that's where you can have your advantage. You don't need to be fast if you have, like, a quick first step. So that's something to look for there. But he makes nice little quick moves. Here we go here. Where are we going? I can already tell what he's about to do here. He's about to, like, wait up just a little bit and then use both of these guys for a double screen, I presume? No. Okay, fair enough. I kind of figured that's what they were going to here. I have too high of expectations for college players, apparently. We're here. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? We're going. He just has to take a tough shot, apparently. Okay, I guess. I don't really have much to say about that play. He's just better than them, I guess. Here we go, coming around. A little bit of off-ball stuff. I love to see it. I love that he's willing to space because, you know, people have to watch him. Where are we going? V-cut, go get open. Don't just sidestep right into it. Okay, we're going to sidestep right into it. Tough. I don't know what else to say. Tough. Like, that's... Jesus Christ. Where are we going? We're going into the corner right away again. I love when college teams, and this is sarcasm, by the way, when college teams do this stupid weave stuff to start their offense. Like, you ever see teams just go and do a little weave at the top of the court? You only see it in college basketball because in the NBA they go, or we could just have the guy that we want having the basketball bring the ball up the court. Like, that's what we're going to do. So don't mistake this for, like, more effort or more energy. It's just inefficient. Like, it's just like, okay, coaches will say, we want to get them moving. Let's get the defense moving or whatever. It's complete bullshit. Like, don't worry about it. We're playing off 2 feet. Very tough. See how he keeps the ball kind of compact like a running back right there? Like, it's little things like that like is more of a senior move, right? It's like, okay, you're not taking this basketball from me. I know where I'm going with this. Caravan, you lost a lot of draft stock, didn't you? Where are we going? Where are we going? All right, we're here. All right. Ooh, that was kind of awkward. I feel like Condon's kind of an awkward player. All right, we're going to screen. We roll the right direction. Are we going to be able to get this past him because he is open right now? Nope, we just go for the switch. Kind of takes a bad shot there, but he's feeling it, right? And they need points. Like, fair enough. We see that right foot kicking out a little bit again. Fair enough. Like, the upper half mechanics still look good. I'm guilty of taking kind of the one-legged jumper at times myself. Now, I am not an NBA player by any means, but I don't know. I'd like to see it a little bit more balanced. So something maybe to work on there. Yeah, he's putting a little bit more weight on the right foot when he's about to do that. But he gets it off, man. He gets it off, and it looks clean coming out. All right, we're here. They're picking him up full court. We're going here. This is the curl around play again. Bow. But we're going to wrap back around and use both of them. I love that. That is annoying to defend right there. Where are we going? He's got 2 on him. Jesus Christ. Look, man, you can do that at any level. You can. Like, that shot will be there at any level, and, like, he can hit them. He can hit tough shots, man. I don't have much to say about that. Let's move on to the Elite 8 performance versus Texas Tech right here. Let's take a look at this one. Alrighty. Ooh, let's turn down the volume just a little bit for me. All right, we're seeing more of this horn stuff. Good, good, good. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. Just a little bit of off-ball action. We're here. We're here. Give me this rebound. What do we got going on here? There's a couple guys back already. We're evaluating. We're evaluating. Please set this early screen correctly. No, he splits them. Oh, I like that. I like that he didn't just barrel towards the rim right away. He stays very under control the whole time. It's like, okay, boom. We're not seeing, like, elite, like, ball on a string type stuff, right? Like, that's not really what you're seeing, but you're seeing a lot of poise in the sense of he's processing it, he's getting where he needs to go, he's quick enough to where he can split a defense, cool, he's playing off of 2 feet, he's getting to the right spots, so that's cool to see. That's cool to see. I'm not seeing, like, elite level ball handling. You're more so seeing elite level processing, if you would, right? So we're here. We're going by. There's some nice quickness, a little bit of elevation. That's what we like to see. He gets right by his defender here. He goes to the right spot on the court to finish it. Finishes over the top. That's cool. There's some athleticism there. Here we go. What's going on? Give him the basketball. All right, we're going. We're going. We're going. I see. Like, I don't mind that he doesn't need to go get the basketball like right away. But now we're into it. Split the defense. Give me that. That's NBA stuff right there. That's NBA stuff. So go through, throw it up. Nice. That was perfect timing on everything. Cool. 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 Where are we going? Get the rebound, white boy. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all better guard him. Y'all better guard him. I love it. Just re-space. Like, that's... All right, we kissed every part of the rim, but look at this. He gets right back into a pretty perfect form. The left leg maybe out a little bit, but he also just was running backwards, basically, and getting into this spot. He found his spot. He didn't overthink it. He just went to his location and just putting the ball up and in, man. Good touch. Fair enough. We're here. Cross. Okay, there we go. I love this. It just keeps moving, too. I like that. We're here. Here we go. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing fancy when I'm watching this, right? He's all right, I'm here. Like, you kind of got to this spot. I'm playing the chess game with you right now. Like, okay, I'm going to go this way now. I got cut off. Okay, what do I do next? I see this guy cutting, but I'm going to respace. I'm not just going to sit there, right? Because the ball comes back to me. I'm going to step into it here. I'm going to keep moving. Where am I going? Where am I going? You guys got to keep up with me. Tough. Tough. Again, he goes and gets high, finishes straight over people. He's not like kind of crouching back. You see a lot of the younger guards kind of leaning away from it because they don't want to get their shot blocked. The best way to not get blocked is to go straight up. So he goes up, he finishes. Probably could get an and one there. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, a couple different moves here. Makes the pass. That guy can shoot. Bow. Tough. Tough, tough, tough. Where are we going? Where are we going? All right, we're getting into this horns action. He's trying to get some separation so he can go get the ball back. Coming around here, making reads. Oh, Jesus Christ, shoot the basketball, right? We're here. He's getting iced a little bit. All right. Damn. That's tough, man. That's so tough. Here we go. We got clutch time now. This is just where great players be great, right? Here we go. Cut back door. We saw it how many times? Didn't see anything he liked there, but he's going to jump right into it. Absolute magic. Let me see this. Ugh, no commentary, no nothing. Like, I can't say much else about that besides that's big time. He's cold, right? I think we've all established dude is pretty damn clutch. So he's not afraid of that moment. Give him that basketball. Ah, foul. Foul, foul, foul. All right, we've seen enough from this game, right? Let's go on to just some like general highlights of him throughout this season, because again, it's going to be really similar stuff. We're going to watch some of the offensive stuff here, then we'll go into some of the defense of him towards the end, because we want to make some reads on that. But let's let's watch some of it here. So again, just kind of that step fade away. Throwing the leg out a little bit is fine. That's super deep. Super deep. Very cool. I could probably turn up the volume just a little bit. Just a little bit. That was a nice one. That was a good play. All right, I want to see. This looks like one that could be a good counter move right here. This could be an interesting one. Shout out Jacksonville. I had a buddy on that team like a year or two ago. So we're going. We're getting cut off. Nice. Read and react a little bit more. We're here. We're seeing what they're doing. Taking just a tough-ass jumper, I guess. He can hit tough shots, man. There's no question about that. Tough. Very tough. Good read. He never looks rushed. He never looks rushed. That's for sure. There's not a lot of just like, okay, I have to go here now. He seems like he's really got the game under control, which, again, that's what you want to see out of a more mature guard. Very cool. Very cool. Alrighty, we're here. Bow. Nice. Nice read. Nice read. We're here. Tough. Bow. Okay, we're going. Float me. Sees the alley-oop, which is awesome. If we're seeing that stuff, that's going to be big time at the next level. Taking deep jumpers. Yep, that's cool. It's great. Like, you can do that at any level. Rushing around. It does look like he's, like, lost the ball, like, once or twice something. So, again, I'm not seeing, like, an elite-level ball handler. But the passes are on target, which is cool. Playing under good pace. There we go. Sizing people up a little bit. Very decisive. Cool. Oh, see, that's nice. See, like, that's a new move already we've seen. Cool. Cool. And that's not the first time he's done that move, you can tell. Give me those. Nice. Nice. Coming around the ice. He snakes back through. Very good. Very smart. Takes a tough jumper. The feet kind of flare out again. So something we probably want to correct at the next level is like, hey, how do we keep this shot form? Like, he's so flowy with his game. Like, I feel bad saying, like, I want to change some of that stuff, but I think it would benefit him to do so. But we've already got a great shooter, so we don't want to touch it too much. All right, nice. Just, he had that whole possession under control right here, so a little bit of a screen-the-screener almost, but not quite. I'm not really sure I understood the point of that play completely, but just put the defender in jail, goes and finishes over the top. Cool. Coming around, tough jumper, no hesitation. That's great. Here we go. Don't go up and get it! Don't go up and get it. There's a little bit of athleticism. Let's see it. Hey, that was easy for him. There we go. Love to see it. Good pass. Nice. Good stuff. That was instant reaction. He's got 3 people on him. Tough find. Very tough find. Okay, where are we going? Nice. Way to read it. Jumps into it. He actually goes off the wrong foot there, but goes in anyway. All right, let's move on to some of the defensive stuff, because I think that's going to be a little bit more interesting. Oh, no, an ad. Okay, phew, that's over. Let's get back to this. Where are we going? Not up. Oh, wait a second. Okay, wait, we have one more offensive highlight. We're seeing a little bit of the athleticism here. So he takes off just outside the restricted area. Very respectable. That's the typical spot to go up and get it, but hey... Okay, there's an athlete in there, man. He's just kind of a calm, cool, and collected athlete, which is nice. Out of a smaller dude, that's kind of what you almost prefer. All right, we're here. Give me that basketball. We know he's got the active hands. Let's go. Lay it up. Nice, clean. We're in the pass. That guy threw it off his dome. Cool stuff. Ooh, way to keep control of the basketball. Finish. Here we go. Just take that basketball, please. Was that Colin Murray Boyles or whatever? The dude we're going to have to do film on at some point just goes and rips him completely. Just took his damn lunch money. Nice lay. Yep, we're not big-time dunkers. Give me that basketball. Where are you going? Good save. Hey, nice jam. Give me that. Okay, so yeah, he's reading the really easy passes, right? That's cool. Nice. We're here. Give me those. We'll take that from Sears. Probably a decent guy to compare him to. Good finish with 2. Here we go. Yep, he's playing these passing lanes, man. That's why the steal numbers are so high. He sees the passing lanes already. Very cool. Very cool. All right, we're here. Don't block that shot. That was just a bad shot. I'm not tripping about that. I'm glad that he contested it. I'll take those. Thank you very much. That was really bad transition defense by them. Cool. Give me those. Take the basketball. He's not really giving the offensive players much space at all. Like, he is very on them. And something I think that will be interesting at the next level is because, like, he's not like the biggest dude in the world, and I wouldn't say the quickest. If a lot of his defense rides on being really up and close and personal with people and having active hands, he's going to have to be really good at it, because eventually people are going to put their body into him and they're going to check him a little bit, and that could be a bit of a problem. He's not as light as like a Reed Shepard or a Rob Dillingham by any means. I mean, there's a pretty significant difference in that, but he's still not like a huge guy, so something you'll have to watch out for. People can get you for fouls like that at the NBA level. Just things to think about. There we go. Throw it up to White Boy. Yay! All right, here we go. I'll take that. Yeah, very active hands. Like, he gets really low and very quick with it. Give me that. Yep. That was nice. That was really nice. All right, good recovery. Wow. I don't know how he blocked that one. We're here. What's going on? Okay, another one of those. Give me that. Cool. Cool, I guess. They're coming here. Oh my gosh. Oh, hell of a save. The effort is, like, totally there, right? Like, he goes and gets... I guess I don't even know if that's effort. That might just be good reaction time. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, very quick reaction and reflexes. Like, that can make up for a lot of, like, what we would call athleticism, what I tend to call explosiveness. You might not be the quickest. He's not slow. I'm not saying he's slow, by the way. He just more so plays very controlled. I think there is a decent amount of quickness within this player. But he's just got such good, like, hand-eye coordination and reflexes. It's really nice. Cool. Yep. That's also a thing with being an older guard, right? Is like, you're going to pick up on people's moves really, really quickly, right? And you're like, okay, I'll just shut them down and stuff in like the second half because I know that they got those moves. Give me those, Sears. Where are you going, dog? Here we go. Good. Very active hands. Very active hands. Like, I'm surprised there was no foul there, honestly, but here we go. Here we go. Good active hands again. Here we go. Wow, like that was an incredibly quick closeout. Let's see this one more time, please. Cool. Cool. Wow. Yeah, no, he knows where he's going with stuff, man. Just one or two more defensive possessions for me, please. All right, so a lot of transition stuff here. So he goes to cut this guy off. There's typically a pass coming. He reads it perfectly, literally takes it out of his hands. Cool. Wow. Okay, that was the quickness right there. There's the quickness we were waiting for. Watch this. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. So goes, boom. There's a lot of quickness in there. There's actually quite a bit. We saw it literally right there. That's fast. That's pretty fast. And that just shows he's just playing with pace up to this point, because that's pretty insane burst right there, actually. Cool. Let's see. Obviously, he doesn't have the basketball right now, so I'm not saying he's going to be that quick at the offensive level, but there's some athleticism in there. Boom, give me those. That is crazy quick. Crazy quick. All right, he's waiting up for this guy. Boom, give me the hose. What are you doing, dog? Cool. All right, that's Walter Clayton. All righty, y'all. So what did we learn about Walter Clayton? Well, he's mature, right? This is a mature basketball player that just kind of played within himself for the most part. And then when games got really serious, dude really locked in and he made big plays happen. And there's something to be said about that. I wouldn't say there's like elite level ball handling. There's elite level decision making, though, in terms of like, what am I going to do with the basketball? Where should I be on the court? Like, he just seems to have a very good sense of things. He keeps moving, which is good. He's probably in pretty good shape. We saw some really elite quickness there, especially at the end, which is all you probably need. So if he can play within himself and if he can hit tough shots, like he can play with or without the basketball comfortably, like this guy can be of value to you. I remember when we were doing our mock drafts earlier this whole season, I kept saying, hey, this second round guy, Walter Clayton, I think he's going to be a potential pro, and I think this guy is, like, he's pro ready. I think we can see him contributing in an NBA rotation next year. I don't know if it's a ton of minutes, but I think it's going to be hard to keep him off the floor early on, but yeah, I like him. I like Walter Clayton a lot. Where does this mean we put him on the big board now? A reminder for how the big board works. Here's the whole thing if you want to see it. Basically, the big board is the order at which I would draft people in, right? And this is with no team behind it, mind you, right? Like, if I'm the Utah Jazz, I might have Ace Bailey above Dylan Harper, but if I'm the Wizards, maybe I have Dylan Harper above like Ace Bailey or something, or so on and so forth, right? Because basically the way it would work is you're like, okay, if I had the first pick, I'm taking this guy. if I had the next pick, I'd pick this guy, right? If the guy above him was gone, that's kind of how we go about doing things. There's obviously context with all of this, though. I look at Walter Clayton, and I don't see him within this top 10 here, most likely. I look at like a Con Knipple is an interesting spot to kind of start evaluating him, because I see like Con Knipple and maybe more so Rasheer Fleming is guys that like I think they can really make a big impact like day one. Like they're gonna be in and out of the game every single night, if not like really important players right away. So I start to look at like Derek Queen, somewhere around there, Thomas Sorber. I look at Jeremiah Fears as like, that's a guy to compare him to, right? Jeremiah Fears, another guy he's expected to go much higher than a Walter Clayton in the draft, and there's a part of a reason for that. He's a freshman, right? He's a little bit younger. We think there's a lot more development to go. When I look at a Jeremiah Fears, personally, I didn't see like the ceiling that a lot of other people were talking about. Like I keep seeing this like elite level explosiveness that like nobody's like, I just don't see it at all. I'm very confused by it. So I don't know. I'm pretty comfortable putting Clayton above Fears here. I see like a Thomas Sorber as more of a project, so I don't think he's necessarily ready like day one. He probably will play day one just because he's a big and that's a little bit easier to get on the court. I think what I want to do is put him like just below Derek Queen. I think that that's where I'm going to put him right now, because Derek Queen showed a lot of different things as a big man, a little bit younger, not honestly by much, because again, he's a little bit older of a freshman, and I can see where you would want to go with Derek Queen, but like, let me put these caveats in. I think Derek Queen is a lot harder to make work than Walter Clayton is, but depending on like who I am, I might want Queen first, because one, it's harder to find big men, right? He is a very skilled big. I don't see necessarily the direct impact of like maybe having a Con Knipple right away in the shooting that he's going to bring, but I think Clayton's going to fight for a rotation spot early on. So putting him above Fears should probably tell you something, that I'd rather just have Walter Clayton than try to develop Jeremiah Fears. That probably explains a couple things to you, but you know, there's a young guard in Yakachonis who I think can do everything that Walter Clayton can do already, but he's much bigger and much younger. So that's kind of why I value him maybe a little bit more. But those are just my thoughts. You're obviously free to leave your own down below. I'm obviously rooting for every single player on this list. I hope all of them have awesome careers, and all these guys are really talented and can have awesome NBA careers. So I just hope that that's always known. But anyway, appreciate you guys for watching as always. Let's move on to the comments of the video. Alrighty, y'all, comment of the video, and it's actually going to be a couple comments of the video are coming from the Con Knipple, Are They NBA Ready video. Again, go watch these because they're probably demonetized, and I want to get some views on them to warrant actually making them. We made some jokes about what kind of facial hair should Con Knipple grow in this. Go watch the video if you want to be a part of that conversation, but I had a couple interesting ones here, like a mustache that's devious work. He's going to look like Reed Shepherd. He's going to look like a truck driver from Arkinder Fire. I don't know how to say your name. You got a weird name. Let's see, what else do we have? A Con Knipple with a handlebar mustache would go number 2 overall for Vitsky. That was a great one. If he didn't have any hair, he'd fit in well with the NBA. I don't really even know exactly what that means, but I think it's kind of funny. Where was the other one that I thought was fun? Oh, here we go. We had one that just came in 8 minutes ago. A Fu Manchu, for those of you that like aren't aware of it. Yeah, one of these. That's what I need on Con Knipple. That's what we need on Con Knipple. But, oh, and this one here, too, from Will Andy Walker. Give him some facial hair and get him to the Pistons. Yeah, that's what we need. We need, like, a thick, like, goatee or something and put him on the Pistons. I'm down for that. I'm down for that. But anyway, we're not talking about facial hair in this video, but I just appreciate you guys, as always, for the comments. As you can see, I respond to all of them. I have a couple that I need to get to. But leave me a comment. Maybe you'll be the comment to the video. And go join the Discord. Why haven't you joined the Discord yet? Some of you are starting to join as of late, which is very, very good. We want you guys on there participating in all the chats that we're having, talking hoops and everything, talking about some insider stuff even at times, because I'll go and drop it in there. But seriously, go hop on the Discord. It's a ton of fun. I appreciate you guys as always, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thanks as always. Talk later. Bye.